So hi guys, back with one more video and in this chapter, okay, you can see the chapter name right, and yeah, I'm explaining you chapter 5 Geography Industries chapter. Now basically, in the last, agriculture was about primary activities, right? Now it's about secondary activities, and human resource rendering service is tertiary activity. So now let's learn about secondary activity industries. It comes under secondary activity, like usually. Now, secondary activities or manufacturing change raw materials into products of more value to people, right? And few industries also do advertisement. It means that they too render service, and they're also kind of part of tertiary activities, but not completely. Not all industries, right? Now, industry refers to an economic sector that is concerned with the production of goods and extraction of minerals or the provisions of services. Okay, thus we have iron and steel industry, coal mining industry, and tourism industry. We have a lot of industries, right? And when we talk about classification of industries, we have many types of industries. Okay, now on based on raw materials, we have agro-based industries. Now, raw materials which are obtained from plants and animals organically, like taken from nature. Nature in the sense you have plants and animals. Okay, not all plants and animals. The products which are made from plants and animals, which we make use of them, are part of agro-based industries. Could be many examples are there: food processing, vegetable oil, cotton, textile, all agriculture kind of things would come under this. Mineral-based industries now are primary industries that use mineral ores as a raw material. Okay, mineral ores as the raw material. The products of these industries feed other industries. Okay, these are mineral based industries. Of course, many mineral based industries would come under this. Okay, it would be used for building machineries, materials, many other things. Marine based means we can understand that raw materials which could be obtained from oceans, and it is used for manufacturing fish oil. Where many things again. Forest based industries utilizing forest products as raw materials, which is used for making paper with the help of pulp, so palm leaves. Yeah. And size. On size, we have small scale and large scale. Small scale means cottage, industry which we set up in a smaller area with fewer money which we have. We can go with handloom industry as an example for small scale, and large scale industries. Group of factories which we set up, they have high technology compatible to small scale industries. Okay, yeah, and examples means we can go with automobiles, heavy machinery industries. And ownerships, we have based on ownerships, we have private sector industries, public sector industries. Private sector means owned by privately, like by a group of individuals or individuals. Public sector means we can hereby understand operated by government. Private means set up by individuals. Okay, they're not part of government. Now, joint sector means they're owned and operated by the state and the individuals or a group of individuals. Maruti Udyog Limited is an example of joint sector industry. Cooperative sector. Now we have Amul Doodh Pita Hai India. We have that ad, right? Now you know what exactly is that Amul one? Okay, what kind of industries are there? They are cooperative sectors. Like it is owned by the producers or suppliers of raw materials. Okay, that is cooperative sector. Now, factors affecting location of industries. We have many factors over here. Raw material, of course, plays a key role. Labor is required. Capital means money. Revenue is required. Market, you have to do marketing so that your goods will be, like sold. It's required. Power is required, as we discussed in minerals and power resources chapter. Land is required, as we discussed in agriculture chapter. Transport is very much required, because we have to transport things right from place to place, raw materials to the industry, so that it could be easy. Transportation should be easy. Now, industrial system. Okay, main thing is that the processes, input, processes, and output. Inputs are raw materials which are done in primary sector. Processes in secondary sector. Outputs rendering service in tertiary sector. Now, processes dedicate to a term known as industrial system. Like here we convert raw materials into finished products. Like now we make a cloth, we take cotton. After cotton, we weave it, we spin, we do processes of ginning, spinning, weaving, dyeing, printing. Then output of the shirt can be sold. We do marketing for it. That is tertiary sector, right? Now, industrial regions. There are many industrial regions in Europe, Eastern Europe, North America, Eastern Asia, Eastern North America, and in India also we have Silicon Valley, right? IT industries. Even we have Mumbai, Pune cluster, Bangalore, Tamil Nadu region, Hubli region, Ahmedabad, Baroda region, Chota Nagpur industrial belt, Visakhapatnam, Guntur belt, Gurgaon, Delhi, Meerut region, and the Kolam, Tiruvananthapuram industrial cluster. These areas are very much known industrial areas in our country. Now, industrial disasters, of course, Bhopal tragedy. I just want to speak about this tragedy a bit. Now, what exactly happened was that a leak happened. Some, hydrogen cyanide. Yeah, it has escaped, and of course, the death toll was in such a manner that nearly 3,000 people died. But, in 1989, it caused blindness. A decrease in their immune system. Many disorders, were coming up suddenly, and slowly, again in China also there was a similar incident in 2005 in which 9,000 people were dead, and so 9,000 people were injured. Sorry, 9,000 people were injured. 243 people were dead. 64,000 were evacuated, and many had problems, eye problems, skin problems, lungs problems. And now distribution of major industries. See, distribution depends upon the resources which you have around. Now in Jharkhand we have resources like steel, iron. That's the reason iron and steel industries are set up. In Bangalore we have more workers. Okay, right. That's the reason Silicon Valley is there. In Hyderabad we have IT city, more workers. Distribution of industries are done, right? And iron and steel industry. So when we talk about iron and steel industry in the history, in the sixth chapter, we'll learn about this. How did it happen? How did it happen in the history? We also have few plots in this chapter too about that history. When we get back into the chapter, we can learn about it. And like other industries, iron and steel industry too comprises various inputs, processes, and outputs. This is a feeder industry which products are used as raw materials for other industries. Now, here the process of converting iron ore into steel involves many stages, right? Now, if they convert it into steel, of course, the steel is used for making toys in another industry, like that. Okay, the iron and steel industry acts as a feeder to other industries. Okay, they produce, they take a raw material called iron, convert it into steel, and produce a raw material to other industries. Got it? For them, the output is steel, and the other industry, the input is steel. Now, steel is tough, and it can easily be shaped, cut, or made into wires. Very important point: shaped, cut, and made into wires. Get back into metals and non-metals in science. Made into wires, ductility, malleability. Do you remember? Ductility, malleability, soreness. These are few properties of steel. We don't have it here, but I already explained the metals and non-metals chapter, and we obtain many things from metals, right? Aluminium, nickel, copper, even alloys. Also, alloys give steel unusual hardness, toughness, or ability to resist rust. We've learned that in previous classes, in previous chapters in science, and also few in geography, I guess. Yeah, so steel is often called the backbone of modern industry because nowadays everything is made up of steel. Even in computers also somewhat, somewhere the steel is used. Even, in beds, in the strips of the beds which we have, steel, some sort of steel is used. Like wherever you go, metals are used. Okay, minerals are used. That's the reason steel is also known as a backbone of modern industry. It's used for making utensils and many other products. Before 1800 AD, iron and steel industries were located where raw materials, power supply, and running water, and many other things which could be helpful for the steel industry. They at those areas these were set up. In after 1950, in iron and steel industries began to locate on the larger areas in our country. Tisco, Tata company, Jamshedji Tata, yeah, he started Tisco company in that 18th century time. At that point of time, not in 1950s exactly. In India, iron and steel industry has developed, taking advantage of raw materials, cheap labor, and of course, these were mostly done in the areas of West Bengal, Jharkhand, Odisha, Chhattisgarh. No, whenever like Bokaro, Jamshedpur, most of the iron and steel industries are there. They are there in those four or five states, like extensively, of course, in Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, but mostly in these four. And now Jamshedpur, Tisco, I've already discussed before. So Tisco was started in 1907 at Sakchi. Jamshedpur was known as Sakchi at that time. Okay, remember. So near the confluence of the rivers Subarnarekha and Karka in Jharkhand. Okay, there were rivers around it. So of course there were every comfort. So iron and steel industries came up. Sakchi was chosen because, of course, there were several reasons. They had a lot of advantages. A railway station was there. Transportation was easy. Many things were developed. Many things were according in favor of the factory. So they went on. Okay, that's why Jamshedpur was selected as that main center. Now, Pittsburgh. It is an important steel city of United States of America. The steel industry at Pittsburgh enjoys locational advantages again. See, main thing is that here they have a famous lake called Great Lakes Waterway. Trains carry, again, transportation makes things easy. So that's the reason why factories come up. Why iron and steel factories came up near rivers, because they just want resources around them. Okay, in cotton textile, this is another thing. Cotton textile industry is one of the oldest industry which is practiced in India. To be honest, India, China, Japan, USA, they're important producers of cotton textile nowadays. India has a glorious tradition of producing excellent cotton textiles. We're going to learn about it in a few chapters, like about bandana, jamdani, calicut, and various textiles which we develop. Yeah, see, chins, muslins, calicos. Okay, we have many things which we bought up. Okay, in terms of textiles, and first successful mechanized textile mill was established in Mumbai in 1854. Again, why? What conditions do it need? Warm and climate, as we discussed in agriculture chapter. A port for importing machinery to, yeah, exports and imports to internationally trading. They have to do trading, right? And availability of raw materials and skilled labor resulted in rapid expansion of the industry in the region of Mumbai. And also Maharashtra and Gujarat are the major centers of cotton industries over there. Even Coimbatore, Kanpur, Chennai, Ahmedabad, Mumbai, Kolkata, Ludhiana, Puducherry, and Panipat are some of the other important centers. Now, when you talk about Ahmedabad, and before that, do you know over here about 1/3 of Indian textile industries total production is exported. Okay, that's how we make up money. And Ahmedabad, it is located in the Gujarat on the banks of Sabarmati River, which is a river located in Gujarat. The first mill was established in 1859. It soon became the second largest textile city of India after Mumbai. That's the reason we say Mumbai and Gujarat are major centers of cotton. And again, why? I mean, the reason Ahmedabad is known as Manchester of India. I think people say that it looks like Manchester. Conditions over there might be, factors over there might suit to textile industry or might satisfy that it is a Manchester of India, right? So again, similar thing. The climate was ideal for spinning, weaving, and other processes which we have. And also they had skilled artisans. Gujaratis and Maharashtrians were skilled artisans. Few of them, so yeah, of course, the emergence of cotton industry was seen in these areas in India. And Osaka is known as Manchester of Japan, like Manchester of India. Manchester of India is Ahmedabad. Manchester of Japan is Osaka. Right, clear? So again, same, the geographical factors might have suited to it. That's the reason it is grown. Now, cotton is imported from Egypt, India, China, and USA. Many countries import it, export. That's the reason trade grows on. What are these? These all are part of industries again. We have many industries, tourism industries, iron and steel industries, lot. Okay, we have a lot of industries in its own fields. So this is all about the chapter, and of course next chapter we're going to learn about tertiary activities, that is human resources. But for now, signing off, tata, bye bye.